What's up YouTube? My name is DBZK Krygo and I'm back with a new video. This is kind of something different from the usual stuff I do, but the Jump Force trailer came out at E3 yesterday during Xbox's presentation, and this is something I really want to talk about. Basically, a new fighting game is coming out that's going to be a crossover of all the different Shonen Jump universes, and this is the first time since J-Stars a few years back. And right now I'm just playing the trailer on loop because I think it's awesome, and I kind of want to share my thoughts on who I think is going to be in it, basically. So far, the confirmed characters are Naruto, Sasuke from Naruto, Luffy and Zoro from One Piece, and then Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta from Dragon Ball, and Light and Ryuk from Death Note, which I think is crazy because that really opens up the possibility of who's going to be in this. Now, it's not confirmed Light and Ryuk's role. Maybe they might be support, maybe they'll be fighting characters, whatever. Just the game looks so cool with the realistic designs. It's going to take place in our world, it seems, like realistic, like New York City, like in this part of the trailer. And it's going to have more of a realistic art style. So I'm very excited about what that's going to bring. And I'm excited to see some of these characters in this art style. So I'm going to talk about who I kind of think is going to be in it. This is kind of a combination of relevancy, I think, is going to be a big part of it. Who I want, realistic or not, and as well as not so much who I think would be a good fit following J Stars, but I'm definitely thinking about who was in J Stars versus who wasn't. So that's definitely going to be part of my mind. So I'm going to do this, I think, just by show. I think from the Naruto series, I think besides Naruto and Sasuke, I'm thinking maybe a villain, probably Madara. Whoops, I thought I put this video on loop. Uh, Now it is. I'm thinking maybe Madara, Uchiha, just so that there's a villain from the series, because I feel like the game's going to need villains. So we know Frieza's in it already. So I'm thinking Madara. I'm thinking, because of its popularity right now, I'm thinking Boruto and Sarada as other Naruto characters that are going to be in it. I think it would be a good fit as Boruto is airing right now, even though I'm not 100% sure if Boruto is technically Shonen Jump or not. I might be crazy, but I think it's published monthly. Not really sure on that, but I think they'd be a good fit. I also think adult Naruto and adult Sasuke are going to be either different costumes or playable characters or support or something, but I think they'll be in it. In terms of Dragon Ball, besides Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta, I don't think they're going to add that much more. I mean, Super just ended, even though the movie's coming out. I'm thinking maybe whoever the movie villain is, maybe as DLC. And I think Jiren from Super would be a good fit, seeing as he's really popular right now. Besides him, I'm thinking maybe either Hit or Beerus, as they're also very popular characters from the series. But yeah, that's what I think of Dragon Ball. In terms of One Piece, we have Luffy and Zoro confirmed, which is who I was definitely thinking. I'm not thinking too many One Piece characters. I maybe Sanji, because the year of Sanji, I think was that 2016 or 2017. I'm not sure, but he's very relevant in the anime right now. I think I'm not really fully caught up, but I think he's important and he's just a strong fighter. I think he would work very well. Um, in terms of a villain from One Piece, I think that's definitely something they should do. I'm thinking maybe Katakuri, as he is Charlotte Katakuri, I believe is his name. Again, I'm not caught up, but I think he's very popular right now in the series. So I think maybe he'd be a good fit due to his relevancy. I could have sworn this is on loop. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but whatever. Um, so Katakuri, then there's other classic One Piece villains they could use, like Akainu or Blackbeard. I believe Akainu, or however you say his name, was in the last one, so maybe not him. Blackbeard, very possible, seeing as he's becoming more and more relevant soon, I believe. There's also Doflamingo, who was relevant a couple years ago, so I'm thinking one of those as a villain. But I think in terms of just Straw Hats, I think Luffy, Zoro, Sanji is perfect. Maybe a female character. They had Boa in J Stars, but I don't know. She hasn't really been in it in a while, so yeah. Next, Bleach. I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do with Bleach because it used to be giant, but it really hasn't been as popular in a few years, seeing as it was cut short, and it just really isn't as relevant now. So in J Stars, it was just Ichigo and Aizen, and I feel like it will be just those two, and I think even maybe just Ichigo, seeing as Bleach just is not as popular anymore. I mean, Ichigo isn't even in the trailer. If this was a few years ago, he probably would have been. So seeing as he's not like a headliner for the game, I'm not so sure there's going to be much Bleach in here. Next, I think definitely a big series is going to be Hunter x Hunter, seeing as how it is blown up in the past couple of years. Gon and Killua definitely are going to be in it. I feel like that's a given. They're both very popular, but in terms of other characters, I'm thinking Meruem and Netero, Isaac Netero. Don't I'm bad with pronunciations, but I'm thinking they'll be in it because of just uh, based on what we've seen of gameplay footage and the trailer. They're both very traditional fighters. I feel like their fighting styles would work very well in this game, so I think they'd be a good fit. Uh, I'm thinking maybe Hisoka, Chrollo, or Kurapika. I mean, I love them. I would love to see all three. Maybe as support characters. I think it'd be really cool, but realistically, probably not going to happen. The biggest series, which I think is definitely going to be added in, is My Hero Academia, because of just how incredibly big it is. Yeah, it is right now, how big it's gotten. It's just blown up. Uh, I don't know though because they're also getting their own fighting game, so I don't know how much I don't know if Bandai wants to really split their audience by having them in both. It might detract people from buying the My Hero Academia fighting game. So I'm not sure, but I think personally they're going to be in it. I'm thinking Deku and Bakugo are a given. All Might would make a lot of sense, and Todoroki. I feel like he's a very popular character and very strong, so I feel like he'd be cool. In terms of other relevant shonens right now, I'm thinking Asta and Yuno from Black Clover are going to be in it. Even though Black Clover isn't the best well-received anime, their manga is definitely popular, and I feel like they're definitely two strong characters from the series that would be interesting to see. Another strange one is Soma from Food Wars. Seeing as how popular Food Wars has gotten in the past couple of years, I could definitely see Soma in some type of supporting character role. Maybe not as playable, but maybe a good like health giving kind of character. I think that'd be fun. Similarly, Saiki Kuso, he was in J Stars, and I feel like he'd be a good addition for this game as like something because he finally got an anime and it was pretty popular. So I think it'd be cool if he was in it. Next, a really popular show, which I think would make a lot of sense, would be One Punch Man, seeing as the characters are all about fighting. I could definitely see Saitama and Genos in this game. I think it'd be really cool. JoJo's. Who's going to be in this one? In J Stars, it was just Joseph and Jonathan. I think in this one we're getting Dio for sure, and I think instead of Joseph and Jonathan, Jotaro and Josuke, because the parts 3 and 4 anime came out and they were just giant. So those three is my guess. Maybe Joseph and Jonathan. Maybe Kira. That'd be really cool. Maybe in a support kind of role. That would be awesome. Gintama, I think, needs some support. In the last game, it was just Gintoki with the girl, I don't know her name, I think as support. So I'm thinking those two will be playable characters, and I'm also thinking the villain Takasugi Shinsuke. I don't really know his name. I haven't seen Gintama, but I've definitely seen him online around, so I feel like he'd be a good fit. Yu Yu Hakusho. It's the 25th anniversary this year, I believe. It might be 30th, maybe. I really not sure. I think it was the 25th this year or last year. It's getting like a new OVA or something, and so I feel like now is the perfect time to include all four of the main characters. Uh, what are their names? Yusuke, Hiei, Kurama, and Kuwabara. I feel like it's a lot, but I don't know. I think it would be a good idea. I think it could be plausible. Some of the older shonens that I feel like are just going to be thrown in because they need to be because they were in J Stars and they've just always been popular. Suna from Hitman Reborn, uh, Toriko. I think just Toriko from Toriko. I know it's a lot of saying Toriko, but just because his series kind of declined, it's not as popular, so I'm thinking just him. Unlike in the last game, I believe Zebra. Oh, ignore that. I believe Zebra was in it, so I'm thinking just Toriko. I think Bobobo from Bobobo would be funny again. Saint Seiya will probably be in it. Madaka from Madaka Box, just for female diversity and because she's a cool character. I think once again in support roles, you're gonna have Kuriko and Hinata from Kuriko's Basketball and Haikyuu, just because they're really sports characters, can't really do much fighting. I think Alan Walker from D. Grayman would be cool to see as a fighter. Here's one that I think is going to be interesting. The only character from Assassination Classroom in J-Stars was Koro Sensei, and I feel like he'll be a playable character as well as Nagisa and Karma because of how popular that show was when it came out and how popular the manga got. The guy from Beelzebub, I don't really know his name. I feel like he might be in it in a support role. And Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, I feel like is definitely going to be a playable character. Another one, I don't know much about the series. I know it's getting an anime next winter, is whoever the Promised Neverland protagonist is, because that's definitely gaining popularity, especially with the anime coming out next year. Except I don't know if it's a fighting type show, and I'm pretty sure it's children, so I don't know if they'd really fit in, but I could definitely see it. Also, just some other weird ones. I'm thinking maybe Edward and Alphonse from Fullmetal Alchemist. I think that'd be really cool. Uh, they have some great villains like Father and Greed. I could definitely see those two being in the game. Even Wrath, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I personally love Brotherhood, and I think it'd be awesome. And last but not least, this one's really silly, but if Yugi Moto and Seto Kaiba were in the game, I think that'd be so much fun. I would just lose it. I would buy it immediately. Oh my god, it'd be great. There is one omission from this that I wanted to talk about. I don't think uh, Himura Kenshin is going to be in this from Rurouni Kenshin because of the controversy surrounding the mangaka because he was caught up with child pornography. I just think that Shonen Jump might be trying to separate a little bit from that, maybe. So I don't know if he'll be in this game like he was in J Stars. But yeah, that's basically who I think is going to be in the game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun if it's done right. The trailer looks awesome. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are excited. Comment below who you think is going to be in the game, what you're excited to see. So thanks. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.